welcome to this new episode of Continuum Gaming, this time around in English, as you may already have noticed. And today we are going to have a look at 3 different games again, so it's one of those kind of episodes. And this time we are going to have a look at Magnet Balls 3, Duckmageddon and Whirlpool 3D 2. My name is Gerald. As always, I've got a couple of different things with me, which are, of course, for instance, a Bluetooth mouse. So a Bluetooth mouse to connect with the smartphone. The same can be said about a Foldable keyboard, which is a Bluetooth keyboard in this case, which is connectable to the smartphone as well. And of course we could use, for instance, the Xbox One as a wireless controller, which is this one. But there is no game in this episode that is really supporting it in a meaningful way, so we're not going to use it. And yeah, everything is, of course, as always, powered by the Lumia 950 XL, which is this smartphone here. It is a Continuum-enabled smartphone, which currently has the camera activated. Give me one sec. So, in this case, it's with a mobile smartphone, of course, and it's Continuum-enabled. It has a USB-C connector, which is connected to a cable, and that cable is, of course, connected to the display dock at the side here. Hope you can see that, I'm not sure. In the end, it's a display dock, which is more or less a USB-C hub. A pretty good one if you ask me, but still a USB-C hub. And that one is connected by HDMI to this TV, and like that we can have a look at this desktop-like experience you can see here, created by the smartphone on the big screen. If you want to know more about that, please have a look at the corner up there. It's written there, or better to say, there are a couple of other videos where I'm going to explain that a little bit more in depth. And yeah, other than that, I would say let's start with the first game. The first game is Magnet Balls 3. Magnet Balls 3 is like, yeah, a pretty interesting game if you ask me. It's one of the more traditional ones, but has a small little gimmick which makes it pretty interesting to me. So let's start it up, and I'm going to turn around just to look with you on the screen in a better way, and so we can just have a look what this is all about. The interesting part about that game is that it's about magnet balls, so everything is magnified. And is that the right word? Magnified? Isn't that if you zoom in on something? I'm not sure at the moment. But everything is more or less electrified, so everything is going to try to go to another place or another of these balls. You can already see it after at the top there, so the magnet balls there. And in the end, this game is more or less, let's just click on play. As you can see, you have this kind of shooting ball, so you're going to shoot on the other balls up above here. And of course you want to get 3 or more balls connected to each other for the same color. And the interesting part about that is, of course, you all know those games. In the end, the most interesting part about this that game is, you already saw it. It's more or less going to be, more or less trying to go to one of the other balls all the time. So even if you create, for instance, an explosion, or you are going to get rid of a couple of balls there or something like that, everything is trying to get to another point. So as you can see, if I'm, for instance, just shooting at this, it's not going to stay there, but it's going to try to build another form which is more suited for it, so that the forces that are working here are more or less satisfied. So let's see what's happening here. As you can see, all the different balls are now connecting in a different way there. And so this is more or less what makes this game pretty unique and pretty interesting too, if you ask me. Another thing, in most of these games, I know at least, as you can see, just because they are moving around, they're going to kill a lot of different other options there, or better to say, get rid of a lot of different other balls, which are going to add up to my score, of course. And the interesting part about that is, second one that is interesting about that, you can't really see where it's going to go. So many of these games have some kind of an indicator, so that you, for instance, click here, hold the button and you see, okay, the ball will fly to this and then it's going to be reflected to another position or something. Nothing like that here. You really have to guess yourself. And as you can see, there was this explosion. So there are power-ups available too. So the power-ups I know at the moment are the bombs. So what you saw just now. So something is going to explode. And another one is, for instance, the lightning bolt or whatever that is called. And that is going to more or less kill everything from one color on the screen. Okay, so let's try it again, just for fun, because I really like the dynamics of it, so that everything is in flow and working here. Pretty interesting. For instance, that one, just moving over the whole part there to the other island, more or less. Very cool stuff. Bomb one again, just to show you how that is working. And here we try to go there, okay, fine. And so you see everything is just in a dynamic flow and trying to go over and over again. I'm not sure if there is an end to this game, just to let you know. So in the end, of course, you can try and get rid of all the different parts, but I think it's always going to add up more of those magnet balls up there. And so no matter what you are doing, you can always play this all time long. And I'm pretty sure, as I mentioned before, that it doesn't have any kind of win condition or a really lose condition. The lose condition might be that you, for instance, have too many of those and they are going to go over the border bottom here, or the bottom border of the screen or something. That might be one, but it's really hard to do something like that, because it's not very hard to play the game at all. But still, I like this little touch that the magnets are played here, and that makes the game a pretty unique one if you like this kind of games where you are going to try to shoot on the balls somewhere and try to get rid of everything else. Yeah, that's a pretty interesting one, so check it out if you like that one. Okay, the next one is Duckmageddon. Duckmageddon is more or less a shooting game where you are going to try to shoot on birds, so ducks in the end, Duckmageddon, so Duckmageddon or something like that. But let's see, there we go. It's a pretty easy game to play, but still fun to play. What you're going to do here, thank you, no, not at the moment. What you're going to do here is you're going to be this hunter, and you are going to shoot on the ducks that are going to fly up, and you will have a couple of different goals to achieve in this game. So each level, there are levels in this game, is going to try or let you do something. For instance, shoot 5 ducks, or shoot let's say 70% of the ducks that are going to fly up or something like that is going to happen there. And it's not very easy to play with a mouse, so just to let you know, you have to be very precise, very fast to play this game in a reasonable way. It's much more predestinated for instance for the touch controls, if you ask me. So that might be a better way to play it, but still I want to show you how this game is working. It's working with the mouse if you want to, and if you don't want, just play it with your touch or with your finger, which is of course always an option too. So what you're going to see is ducks are going to fly up, and we are going to try to shoot on them. And as you can already see, we have to shoot at least 50% of all the ducks, and we have to make sure that we are going to reload at a reasonable time. Okay. And as you can see, we already got the goal, because we got 72 of 50% of the ducks here, so we can go to the next hunt. And so day 2 is of course harder to solve, so 55 and more. Okay, that was a pretty fast one. one shot. Damn, I think we lost. Yeah, we lost. That's one because we didn't get the percentage here, and so you're going to have to kill all the 55% of the ducks that are flying up. And if you can do that, then you're winning. Otherwise, you're not winning, and you have to restart the game and try it again. So each and every day in this game is more or less a new level, and you just try to shoot on the ducks here. It's a little bit like the very old Mozo or something. But just try it out. If you like this kind of game, it's a nice one, you can play it, and it's easy to play, easy to understand. So a pretty nice one to get rid of a little bit of time. Okay, and the last game I want to show you is called Whirlpool 3D 2. So we had Whirlpool 3D already on the channel. It's a pretty nice iteration of a pool game in this case, and Whirlpool 3D 2 is a pretty nice one too, and it adds a couple of different other modes and other options to the game and the gameplay. I really like it, so if you want to play a pool game, I highly recommend you to check this one out. So give me one sec, I'm just going to search for it. Here we go, Whirlpool 3D 2. And it takes a little bit a while to load, but in the end it's a pretty nice game, especially because we are going to play as a guest in this case, especially because it is a real 3D option, and if you don't want to play it in 3D, you can even play it in 2D, so you can really switch in between the different modes whenever you want to. And yeah, so let's see if we can just get rid of that, I'm not sure. Yeah, and there are a couple of different options to play this game, so you can of course do the standard one. As you can see, pretty nice 3D graphics in here. Sometimes it's a little bit low FPS, but still playable, still a nice one. As you can see, we are in this 2D screen at the moment, and we can of course switch to the 3D one. So if we are going to go here, that's a pretty nice one too. I played Lucky Shot the last time, so he brought me back to that, but I want to start with, for instance, 8 balls or something, so no thank you. Let's start with the first one. Let's do the 8 balls one. So those are different options you can play here, and as you can see we have Las Vegas, and we could start with Las Vegas here and play this. Most important thing here is that you need money to join one of those, so the in-game money of course, and you need, for instance, energy to do that too. So it's interesting, and as you can see, you can't play everything at the same time, or first you play it, whatever. But the interesting part about this all is you can play tournaments, as you can see, snooker, mini games are pretty interesting too, I wanted to show you that later. But let's play a single game, for instance with 8 ball, just to show you what this game is all about and what you can do with it. And as you can see, there's always this little startup animation where you're going to fly from the bar more or less to your part here. And again, as mentioned before, you can switch between a 2D mode from top level view of course, and the 3D one where you are really more or less in a third person view of the white ball you're going to shoot at stuff. And as you can see, we can move it around. Let's do it just so we get anything done here. Otherwise the problem would be that there would be the timer running out, so you have a timer of course, and so on and so forth. And as you can see, we can already move around our shooting queue. I'm not even sure what the name of this is, but the stock probably, I'm not sure. So where to shoot with our player here, and as you can see, now you can just play this game from the top view and have a look at what's going on. If you play, just move your mouse, press a button, move the mouse around then, and it should help you to determine with these indicators where the ball is going to go. So the first one is, of course, the right one is more or less where your ball is going to fly. The other one, the yellow one in this case, is showing you where the ball you're going to hit is going to fly. Something like that. And yeah, interestingly enough, you can do a couple of different things here. For instance, it's not all about just this, but you can, for instance, move where you want to hit the ball. So if you want to do some kind of a trick shot, for instance, to jump over other balls or something like that, it should be possible to do that too, and otherwise you're just going to try to hit it more or less at the center, so there is no height component to it, to your shot. So it depends what you want to do here. So, but it's a really interesting way to play, if you ask me, and just do the strengths here, and if you play it, it's going to walk, fly around and do something with it. I'm not the best player or something, so just let's go out here, and I want to show you a different thing which is very interesting, because this is, for instance, something that wasn't in the first iteration of this game. So, nope, thank you, don't want that. For instance, you can do mini games. Mini games are pretty interesting ones. So there's Lucky Shot and Trick Shots. I'm going to show you Lucky Shot first. It's more or less a small little game where you are going to try to put one of the balls which are on the table there to a certain position on the table. And the interesting thing is that you really need to have some kind of more or less, let's call it energy. It's more or less energy. So in a couple of hours you can play this and go on, or you are going to play with money in this case, which of course has to be bought first, so we're not going to be able to do that. So I can't show you that at the moment because I already played it. Very sorry about that. But still, what you would do is, you can see it here, you are going to play a ball, and it has to be more or less carefully and very respectfully, whatever, maintained shot, because otherwise it's not going to land where your ball should be. So the interesting part about it was that you had this kind of bullseye on the pool, and you really have to put the ball you're shooting at there into that bullseye, and the higher you get there, the better it is, of course. You can of course buy stuff like that. I'm not going to do that at the moment. We might, for instance, have a look at snooker too, just to show you what's going on there. Let's click on that and see what we get here. As you can see, we are even playing against other players, which is interesting too. I'm not sure if it's really another player or a bot, but still, you can play against other people on the world with this. So interesting too to be able to do that. And as you can see, we are going to play snooker in this case. Problem is, I don't know how to play snooker, but still, let's try it out. So we are not allowed to hit those balls, as it seems, so not the other ones, and just try to stay with our red ones. So let's try that. And get the red ones a little bit out. Okay, seems to have worked. So let's do the next one. That one should be possible. Not good enough, but still. At least it would have been possible. Okay, so let's try that again. Good thing is now every ball of the colored ones is out of the way, so we should have at least a little bit of a easier play here. Okay, the other player isn't doing it in a great way neither, so probably that's already a good shot if you ask me. So just put that one in and we got it. As you can see, there's this little animation then going on, which is interesting, so that we got 1 point, of course. And if we win against the American player here, we get 200 of these coins to play with, so interesting too. I'm not sure if you... Oh, I am at the moment playing. Okay. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Have to get the right angle here, so maybe like this, and let's put it in. One is done too, and fine. So next one, oh, he is going to play it, okay. And of course he's trying to get the red balls in too. And I think that after the red balls we have to put in those balls. I'm pretty sure that that's how it's working. Okay. Next. Okay, could be working, so he might be able to put that in. Nope. Okay, good one for me. I have -6 already, I'm not sure why, but -6 is already my part. As mentioned before, I don't know how to play snooker. Just trying to figure it out as I'm going here. Okay, worked out. -5, but got one more. That's fine. Let's see what he is going to do. Well, better to say what I'm going to do. Okay, so the next part seems to be that I'm going to have to play the yellow one. Okay, we're going to try that. Nope, didn't work. But as you can see, we have to follow this order somehow to play it in a meaningful and good way here. Otherwise we are, it seems, receiving some kind of a penalty. Oh, really? Are you that good? No, you are not. Okay, so he should have some kind of a penalty now too. No, he doesn't. Okay. So, first off, we are trying to get the red one in. Let's try that. Shouldn't be that hard to do. Okay, first one is in. Next one is yellow, so we should even be able to do that. Probably. Okay, let's try. Yeah, great shot. So if you have some kind of a great shot like that, you're going to get these animations in between in 3D. It's interesting too. We got a couple of other points for that. That's nice. And now we should, for some reason, get the red one in too. Let's try that. Worked. Okay, next one is yellow again. Not perfect. Let's try it out. It was a little bit, just a little bit bad, but we will see what's happening here. So he should be able to put that in pretty easily. Yeah, okay, nice shot, got it working. So he got 3 points now, I got -1, which is not a great position to be in, but whatever. So he wants to do the black one, probably. Well done. Okay. And I have to play the green one, probably that one, I'm not sure, but seems to be the case in this. Okay. It's a little bit cheating if you ask me to play like this, but I'm allowed to. And it's more or less for money I'm playing here, so why not? Okay, putting it in. Oh, come on. Okay, that was bad. Not a nice one. So he's going to try it too. Probably he can do it easier now because it's much closer to the hole now. Yeah, he did it. Interesting part is he has -1 too now for some reason, I'm not sure. So got some kind of a penalty for something. I'm not sure what it was. It wasn't right for him, but whatever. Okay, this is a good position for us to be in. We can't really go wrong. Well done. Now let's have a look at the blue one, which is not going to be that easy. Maybe a little bit more. Let's try this. If it's not working, it's not working. Oh, come on. That was really, really close. Let's see if he can do it. I'm not sure if he can. Good, that's yeah, okay, he can. Sorry, can't do anything about that. Probably he's winning, right? 7, okay. He got 5 points for that shot. So interesting that he got that much money for that. Oh, points, better to say, not money. Money is what we are going to receive if we win this, but it seems like he is going to win it. If he's not. Yeah, more or less. Really losing it because he's just playing pretty bad too, like me. So we are both in the losers club here. Perfect. Okay, so this one is nice, but I'm not sure if I'm able to get this into a meaningful position. We will see, but I don't think so. Something like this maybe, and we need a lot of strength here. Yeah, okay. I think that should be it. And we won this game. And we get some money for it. Okay, cool. So, nice one. We can unlock the chests here, because we won that part with a lot of different... Open now. Come on. No, we don't want to do that. I don't want to rematch with him. Just, this is more or less what you can see here. You're going to go up in letter points for that, and so on and so forth. And like this, you're really playing a lot of different little games here in different modes and with other people, or with trickshot modes, with single player modes, whatever you want to do here. I really like the game. If you like this kind of pool game, it is really one you should check out, and a nice addition to your library there. So try it out, I think it's a great one. Yeah, and other than that, this is more or less the end of the episode. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening. If you have any kind of questions, please put them down below into the commentary section, of course. If you didn't subscribe to me now, just do it down below. And of course, give it a thumbs up in this case if you liked the episode and the games, of course. And other than that, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, have a great day, have a great week. We will see us in the next episode of Continuum Gaming again, probably next week. And then, till then, have a great one, and bye. Bye!